The info screen is a feature on Nikon cameras that I adore. It's especially helpful on cameras without a lot of buttons and dials, like my old D3100. But even on the D800, which has lots of dedicated buttons, I still like to use the info screen to prevent me from scrolling through menus to check how I have my camera set and to make quick changes. Let me show you.
When you press the info button once, you can see a wealth of information on the screen. When you press it again, you can make changes to how the camera is set. The first item highlighted is the shooting menu bank. By pressing the center of the multi-selector, you can choose which bank you'd like to use. Next, again by pressing the center of the multi-selector, I can change how high ISO noise reduction is set. Next is active D-lighting, and you can change the color space. Next, you can assign the depth of field preview button, which is on the front of the body. Below that, you can change how the function button on the front of the camera is set. Then how the auto exposure autofocus lock button behaves, and then how the bracketing button behaves. Then you can choose how long exposure noise reduction is set. Last, you can choose which custom menu bank you use. Now, getting back to the first screen, this is where you'll see how your camera is set with just a quick glance. A lot of different things can show up on the info screen depending upon how the camera is set. I'll show you the most common items here. You've got your exposure mode, shutter speed, and aperture. Then there's vignette control, the release mode, and metering mode. Image area is here, and then the meter. Under that is my battery life indicator and which picture control I'm using. Here is my image quality, and we can see how my secondary card slot is set. I have mine set for overflow. Here we have my autofocus area mode and the number of autofocus points I'm using. And beneath that is my autofocus mode. Next is my ISO sensitivity and my white balance setting. And last is the number of exposures remaining.
That does it for my detailed videos on the D800's menus and the info screen. Let me know if you have any questions.